Good readings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a little taste test because the last time I went to Trader Joe's, I found this. Halloween is just about here and the trick-or-treaters need candy, and Trader Joe's has the Wicked Good mini chocolate bars. And when I read the descriptions, they sound a lot like some very familiar candy bars. And I thought, let's do a little side-by-side comparison and see how these compare. Another reason why I purchased these were $4.99 for this entire bag. I did the maths on it and it works to be about 34 cents per ounce, which is about what I remember Halloween candy being. But when I went to my grocery store recently, just a couple weeks ago, they were already selling the Halloween candy and it was $8.99 a bag. At $8.99 for a 10-ounce bag of candy, that works out to be about 89 cents per ounce. And this works out to be 34 cents an ounce. So more than half the price. So right there is reason enough to purchase these. And if they taste just like the originals, then that's a no-brainer. I wanted to do a side-by-side comparison with the OG candy bars. So I went to Target and I purchased this. This is over 4 pounds of chocolate candies. This bag contains most of the flavors I need for the taste comparison. Now this was $27, which works out to be 34 cents an ounce, which is the same price for the Trader Joe's. But you have to buy 4 pounds of candy to get that bulk price. So yeah, do we really need 4 pounds of this? I don't know. I just would like to buy a couple bags. I mean, I don't know. So here are the Wicked Good milk chocolate bars, and the descriptions are nougat caramel chocolate bar. That sounds like a Three Musketeers to me. Oh wait, nougat chocolate bar. That sounds like Three Musketeers. Caramel wafer chocolate bar. Sounds like 100 grand. Peanut and caramel chocolate. Sounds like a Snickers. Lastly, we have nougat caramel chocolate. That sounds like a Milky Way. So I've got 3 of them here, and then I had to go to another store to find the 100 grand bar. So here. Alrighty, let's go ahead and taste these things. Oh, I love that smell. It's so nostalgic when you just stick your head in your candy bag after Halloween. Halloween was the best, just the best. That smell. Alrighty, so let's get the Wicked Good candy bars out. Let's get one of each flavor. Right off the bat, I have to say the size feels pretty good. It feels more like the size I remember the snack size being when I was a kid. I feel like with each passing Halloween, the chocolate bars get smaller and smaller, but these feel pretty substantial. Here is the 100 grand bar. That feels like a decent snack size too. And we'll match that with the caramel wafer chocolate. So this has 250 pieces of candy. Well, yeah, because they've cut all the candy bars in half. So we don't get the snack size anymore. They're all minis. Okay, sadly, here's the Three Musketeers. That will go with the nougat chocolate. 2 Milky Ways will go with the caramel nougat. And I need 2 Snickers bars for the peanut chocolate bars. Here we have our side-by-side comparisons, right? Alrighty, so let's unwrap our chocolate bars. So let's unwrap a OG Snickers bar. This is so small. Look how tiny it is. Boop. Bite-sized piece. I'll unwrap 2, just so we have somewhat a similar comparison. And now we'll open the Trader Joe's peanut caramel chocolate bar. It has a little wavy ripples on top. Pretty similar. Above is the Trader Joe's, below is the original. Original 100 grand. Gosh, I don't remember the last time I had 100 grand. Here we go. Trader Joe's, 100 grand. Oh, little rounder. Oh wait, I'm gonna always put the Trader Joe's one on the top and the original down below. So that one looks a little poofier than the OG. Now let's do Milky Way. Original Milky Way down below. Oh, I wish these were not minis. curses. Original Milky Way and Trader Joe's Milky Way. Oh no, I keep saying Milky Way. This is the Three Musketeers. Oh, look at that. I've never noticed that Three Musketeers has an X ripple on top. All right, now we're doing Milky Way. Original, and TJ's. Oh, this one's a little schmunched. So there we have it. They are slightly different. The Trader Joe ones are on the top versus the originals down below. It looks pretty great. This is gonna be my first Halloween candy of the year. Super excited. Now, let's go ahead and cut these open. Let's start with the Milky Way. It's right here. Cut this open. This is Trader Joe's. This is the original. Oh, they look different. Okay, original. Very distinctive layers. We've got nougat down below, caramel up above. Trader Joe's. Not as distinctive in the layers. The nougat looks to be a little bit darker, but there is some caramel on top. But look how delineated that is. That's clear. Original, TJ's. Alrighty, let's give OG a taste. Here we go. Milky Way, itadakimasu. Chewy caramel layer. Chewy, stretchy, the nougat's fluffy, very sweet, vanilla, and then you get that nice little break of milk chocolate on top. Milky Ways are kind of underrated. They weren't exactly my favorite as a kid. I was always a Snickers bar girl and like that. I've cut this bite in half so it's the same size. This is the Trader Joe's version. Here we go. Similar but different. Very different actually. So the nougat in the original Milky Way is very fluffy, while the nougat in the Trader Joe's is more melty and less airy. Also, the caramel is much chewier in the original Milky Way, while in the Trader Joe's, it's more melty and stretchy. Similar chocolate snap and sweet milk chocolatey flavor, but the texture is very different. It's chewier and denser, the original Milky Way. Also, it's much more vanilla forward and scented, I feel, than the Trader Joe's. The Trader Joe's feels a little bit more relaxed with the kind of vanilla scent and flavor. I feel like the Trader Joe's is more about the caramel rather than kind of the vanilla nougat. Of the two, I think I like the original texture better. I like that chewy, fluffy sensation, but I like the Trader Joe's flavor better. I feel it's a little less kind of punchy in the face with the vanilla stuff. But yeah, pretty good. Next, let's try the 100 gram bar. We cut both of these in half. Ooh, I have to say, I don't eat many of these 100 gram bars. You don't see them very often. Wow, again, the original has a very distinctive cross section. Look how clean that cut is. So we've got milk chocolate, looks like crispy rice and caramel in the middle and milk chocolate in the coating. And this is the Trader Joe's version. So that looks like it has some like cookie wafer in the middle rather than just the caramel. But the outside looks to be similar, crispy rice and milk chocolate. That explains why it's thicker, I think, than the original. All right, original. I don't remember the last time I've had a 100 gram bar. I like that initial crunch. The outside is that rice crispy, crunchy, milk chocolatey texture, and then you contrast that with a very gooey, stretchy caramel center. You do have to like caramel and that kind of sticky sensation because it does stick to your teeth. Very sweet, and that's 100 grand. Now let's try the Trader Joe's version. I think this is gonna be very different because it has the cookie wafer in the middle. Here we go. Very different. That one I think is inspired by 100 gram, but it's not trying to be a 100 gram because we have wafer cookie in the middle. So the texture sensation is completely different. You have crunch on the outside with the Rice Krispie and the chocolate, and then you have crunch again with the wafer cookie in the middle. But there is some caramel layered in between, so that you do get some of that caramel chew, but it's a much crunchier and drier experience than the 100 gram. I prefer the 100 gram. I like more of that chewy caramel and the caramel flavors more than the cookie wafer flavors going on in the Trader Joe's. So in that case, I like the OG better for texture and flavor than the Trader Joe's one. Also, the cookie wafer part, I don't really care for the flavor. It tastes like vanilla, but something else a little bit too. Not quite fruity, but I'm not sure what that is in the cookie aspect of that. That one is not my favorite. Now let's compare the Three Musketeers. Here is the original. Again, very nice cross section. This is very simple. Milk chocolate, nougat center. Now let's cut the Trader Joe's. And that one looks to be pretty similar. Trader Joe's here, it looks to be a little thicker, and the chocolate is pretty similar as well. The same thickness of chocolate as well. As a child, Three Musketeers was my least favorite of the chocolate bars. Let's see if that still remains true. I have to say, the texture of nougat is pretty fun. It's fluffy, yet simultaneously chewy. So it's got the best of the marshmallow world, I feel, although it's not like bouncy like marshmallow or stretchy, but that fluff is nice. And then you've got the caramel kind of chewy, sweet essence too. I like nougat. All right, now let's try the Trader Joe's. I'm gonna take a smaller slice of the Trader Joe's just so we have an even amount. A little different. Again, like the Milky Way, the texture of the nougat is different. It's not as chewy and substantial, the Trader Joe's one. It's still fluffy, but it melts away faster. It's good, but the flavor is different too. This one, like the Milky Way, I feel like is definitely trying to be a Three Musketeers bar, but it's missing that kind of over-the-top artificial punch of vanilla that the original one has. It's still good in its own right, more caramelly, I would say, rather than vanilla'd. The Three Musketeers bar tastes very nostalgic. The Trader Joe's one tastes very good as well, but somehow you know that it's not truly a Three Musketeers bar when you put it side by side. Still good though. I think I might like the flavor of the Trader Joe's one a little bit better. More carameled, again, rather than being vanilla. But if you're looking for that classic nougat flavor, it's the Three Musketeers. If you are a hardcore Three Musketeers fan, then the Trader Joe's one will be just a wannabe. But for me, I like the Trader Joe's one, and I am not a Three Musketeers aficionado. So both are adequate for me. Alrighty, save the best one for last. Of these candy bars, Snickers bars is for sure my favorite. So let's give this one a taste. Here is the original. So we got a distinct layer of nougat, caramel, suspended in the caramel we have peanuts, and then it's all surrounded by milk chocolate. And Trader Joe's makes a nice slice as well. Similar layering of nougat, caramel, peanuts, and chocolate on the outside. Very similar. I would say the caramel looks a little darker on the original than the Trader Joe's, and TJ's might have a little bit more peanut. The nougat looks slightly different too. This one looks a little darker. Alrighty, OG, here we go. I love Snickers bars. Super sweet. You get the soft, fluffy nougat, not too much. You get that great caramelly stretch and pull. You get the crunch of the peanuts. I think that's probably my favorite part. And then it's all enrobed in milk chocolate. Wonderfully balanced, great candy bar. Alrighty, let's give the TJ version a taste. Here we go. To me, that version's more about the peanuts. That's the first thing I noticed. The crunch of the peanuts, which I like. But it's not quite a Snickers bar. I think maybe because the nougat flavor is a little bit different. It's not got that vanilla flavor. This one just tastes more peanutty to me. Yeah. It's not a bad candy bar by any means, but it's not an exact dupe of a Snickers bar either. This one just tastes more peanutty to me than the original Snickers bar. Let's try Snickers. Is this Snickers? Oh, I cut it the wrong way. Yeah. I like the Snickers bar better. It has stronger vanilla notes, and I think it's about the nougat and the texture as well. There's more chewiness to the Snickers bar as opposed to the Trader Joe's version, which kind of just is more like a peanut cluster in flavor, and it's got some caramel in there and just a little bit softer, not as like resilient or tough or chewy, which I find, I guess I like. Maybe that's simply because I've eaten so many Snickers bars in my life that, yeah. Still good though. Alrighty, so final thoughts about the Wicked Good chocolate bars. I think these are good. They are not exact replicas of the originals. They're very close. The price point is very good. And I like that you get a variety and that you get a full-size, snack-size bar as opposed to these little nibbits. But one redeeming quality of these nuggets is that for portion control, this is really great. So if I just want a little sweet, one of these is great rather than having a full-size snack bar. But when I want to give it to the kids, I want to give the kids a snack bar. And I guess I could just give them a whole handful, which is often what I do. But at any rate, for the price point, I think these are a very good deal rather than having to purchase 4 pounds of candy, which we'll all find a good home, but 4 pounds, really? Alrighty, my lovelies, happy Halloween. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye! Just one more bite or two. I think Milky Ways are underrated. Big statement, big statement.